Stephanie Alexander, and I'm the founder of the Stephanie Alexander Kitchen Garden Program. We started a first pilot in 2001, and here we are celebrating 20 years of amazing activity and achievement. The first kitchen garden program started at Collingwood College, and it was spurred on by reading and understanding about Alice Waters' school in Berkeley, California. I thought this was a great idea because I had become very disappointed that the public talk about food and children was all couched in negatives, and nobody talked about what a wonderful world there was of food and flavour and growing and sharing. And that's what I wanted to try. I think that learning how to live a good food life is one of the most accessible ways that anybody, child or adult, can bring joy into their life. We have to eat. We may as well do it with joy. We need to care for the planet by showing respect for ingredients and broadening our understanding of what can be done with those ingredients is a great thing. I believe most certainly that if this was available to every child in Australia, we would be developing a generation of young people with a better understanding about flavour, with a better understanding about there always being more than one way of doing something, with a much better understanding of the environmental importance of caring for the planet, and we would be giving them enormous pleasure and the skills to be independent for the rest of their lives. Over the last 20 years, I have visited hundreds of schools. Some of them have been very tiny, some of them have been huge. Some of them have taken me to the most extraordinary places in this country. And in these schools, I find children who are delighted with what they're learning, delighted with what they're tasting, and really full of energy as they build their edible gardens. The students are responsible for developing their own garden. They plant, they love digging, they build supports, they care for chickens, they turn the compost, they learn how to trim and prune, and of course they gather their crops when they're ready, and then they take them into the kitchen. Now in the kitchen they learn quite specific skills of how to handle a knife safely so they can get their knife license. They learn how to chop and stir, so quite specific cookery skills, but at the same time they learn about flavour and about different ways of cooking the same ingredient. They might have a big crop of red peppers or eggplant, and they will go cook those week after week, but in different ways. They love to make pasta. They love to grate cheese. And all of these skills are there for life. I know that the children go home and talk about what they've done, and often they quite impress their families. I can see them becoming really careful citizens, as well as somebody who appreciates the joy of lovely food. And of course the other thing they learn, which is for many kids a new experience, is the joy of sitting with other people around a table and sharing what you have actually made.